"Help," he screamed. "I'm 15, don't let me die." That was the desperate plea made by Daejaun Campbell after being chased down and stabbed by teenage boys. It was a call for help his mother was unable to answer. She only learned of these final words after his death.
What I love most about him was his intelligence. He was so intelligent. He was fun. He was witty. My biggest fear was to get that phone call that he was hurt. But instead, I'm living my worst nightmare, that he's no longer here. And in that, he didn't even get a second chance. He just died on the side of the road like a dog. Yeah. And the bit that hurts is that it could have been prevented.
Daejaun was the victim of an unprovoked stabbing in September last year. Following a trial, Imre Dou was found guilty of murder and Marco Balaz was found guilty of manslaughter. His death deeply impacted those who knew him, many of them also children. A motive was never established, but police believe he'd been exploited into selling drugs in the area at the time. A reality his mother had warned of. Prior to his death, she had monitored him closely, flagged concerns at school, and even attempted to give up parental responsibility, hoping it would save her son.
I never thought I'd have to make the call to ask for him to be removed, but as I said, I never kept my son's behaviour a secret. What I was experiencing, I never kept it a secret. His death was definitely preventable, because in all the help that I asked for, I was told that he doesn't meet the threshold. He doesn't meet the threshold for the help that I'm asking for, and they need to go back and we need to exhaust all these areas. And I'm like, I've already exhausted them.
His mother says a response for her calls for action was only made the day after Daejaun was killed.
The focus should be more around prevention. I find that in the situation I now find myself in, there are no preventative measures in place. But in asking for the help to prevent what's happened to my baby, that wasn't given. But in his passing, I've got all these professionals coming to me now, offering me all the help they think they can. And I'm thinking, what's the point now? I needed this help to prevent this happening.
A spokesperson for the council said Daejaun's death stunned our borough and we are still feeling the impact of the heinous crime that took place. We can't comment because there is an ongoing, independent, formal child safeguarding review which will examine the circumstances that led to his tragic death. That process is independent and involves Daejaun's family and is expected to finish later this year. The teenagers responsible now know how much of their lives will be spent behind bars, but his mother is not convinced that that means justice has been served.
A lot more needs to be done, and even more needs to be done to hold these adults to account. There's not enough deterrent. The justice that I think, or they tell me I'm going to get, is not enough. Because the people who groomed him still get to live their life as though everything's okay. They get to groom other people's children to do their dirty work. And I get to sit here trying to figure out how I'm going to live with this pain.
Shaman Freeman Powell, Sky News.